I do this every time. Dave's over there playing with the stuff, with the iPad and. Who's with us? Dave is sitting there putting no fingers. And he's gonna get my phone ready so I can start talking to y'all. One of these days, y'all, I'm gonna figure out how to do this, but I don't know. Hey, right now, I think I was just saying to him, y'all, I think this is the second live we've done in about a week. That's amazing. It's amazing for us. So here we are doing, I think this is our second live in almost a week. And so if the next step, and I hope to continue to, to do them just a whole lot closer than what we've been doing. I'm not sick anymore, y'all. Yay. And we got all that behind us. The surgery fixed everything. And so, is there?
33.
Oh, come on, Dave. Get us hooked up. He's over there punching. He's just punching stuff. He's going to hand me something here in just a moment. Y'all, I'm going to show y'all some tricks. I hope we show y'all some different ways of doing things. And this started, the thought for this live was I got a telephone call from a lady during the week. And she said, well, Regina, she said, you've never done a live or you've never shown us how to make a bow where all the loops are the exact same size. And I thought, you're right. I sure haven't. And so that's why we're having this. And for some reason, the man just walked off, and he does this every time, makes me entirely insane. I need the iPad and something. Can I see? What can I? Oh, there we go. So just turn around there. We're ready? Okay, good. Here we go. Let me say hello to some people. Here we go. Y'all, one of these days I'm gonna get this. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, let's see. Hi, Michelle. How are you doing? Dave Sellers is watching. Yeah, he's watching right there. Hi, Carol. Hi, Joan Riddle. Y'all, I've had the pleasure of meeting Joan Riddle. She is the sweetest little lady. Oh my goodness, just precious. Let's see. The name says Merritt Ann Myers. How you doing? Hi, Sandra Ham. Hello, Joan. Hi, Teresa. King Ponders. Thank you for joining. Hi, Monica. There's Monica. Oh, thank you so much, y'all. Sprinkle the love. I don't know what words, y'all. I don't know what words we're supposed to say. It's all so crazy. Hi, Christy. Y'all, please sprinkle the love. I'll say that. Okay, I don't know. I've been told all kind of things you're supposed to say or not say. I can't keep with all of that. Hi, Dee. Hi, Julie. Hi, Nancy. Y'all, I am so happy. I have been seeing a whole lot of new names. And so I'm just really, really thrilled about that. And please sprinkle the love. And I think y'all all know what that all means. Hi, Jan. Let's get started, y'all. Okay. Like I said, a lady contacted me this week. And hi, Lisa Martin. A lady contacted me this week, and she said that she needed to make, hi, Charlene. I think it's Charlene. Hi, Malva. I've talked to Malva. Hi, Linda. Oh, hi, Linda. Linda's on here all the time. She's been with us for a long time. Thank you for joining us tonight. Hi, Roberta. Anyway, the lady contacted me and said, well, Regina, she needed to make a bow, and she wanted all the loops all the same size. So I just started playing with ribbon. And let's see. Here's the first one I made. And this is what she said. She wanted the loops of the bow all the exact size. So there you go. So this is the bow. The pictures, we took pictures of this. I mean, I just whipped these out in nothing flat this afternoon, and then posted the pictures. And here's the loops all the same size. And it was like, oh, you're right. I don't think I've ever done a video showing that. So that's what we're going to do tonight. And so here you see the loops all the exact same size with the tails coming out from the bottom of the bow. And y'all, I'm going to explain. It depends on, you can make a bow, and here's one where the tail comes out in the top of the bow. Okay? So here's the tail that's coming out in the top of the bow, and it just depends. I mean, you might want to do it that way. So I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to make several bows. So on this one, I have a tail coming out in the top and tail coming out in the bottom. And I've been seeing a lot of wreaths online. Hi, Belinda. Oh, thank you so much, Belinda. Thank you. Please, let's see. What is that? Hi, Sherry. I'm phenomenal. Oh, my goodness. Dave, did you hear that? You heard that, huh? Mm-hmm. Oh, he's sitting there with the guy going, mm-hmm, yeah. How many years we've been married, Dave? He said a very long time. He normally says since the Civil War. So anyway, but I've been seeing a lot of these bows, and I really like them. I love these wreaths, and y'all probably going to know the minute I say this. Hi, Betty. Hi, Mary Ellen. Hi, Annette. So in the wreaths, have y'all seen these wreaths where it's a bow and it's one ribbon, and there's just lots of tails. There's just lots of tails coming out all over. And I've been seeing a lot of people, there you go, Team Pro Bow, hashtag Team Pro. Team Pro Bow, absolutely. Y'all, whenever you post your pictures and your stuff, please put hashtag Team Pro Bow. And when you post your pictures, and we'll know that you've used your Pro Bow to make your beautiful bow. And we'll all come on and tell you how pretty it is. So anyway, I'm sure that y'all please give me some hearts if y'all understand what I'm talking about. The wreaths that I've been seeing quite a lot of them in all the groups, and it's a big bow, single ribbon, all the loops are just about the same size, and they put some, and they'll kind of fill in with some picks. The bow is kind of deep in the wreath, and you can, maybe they've added some picks. You could do it that way, or I know that they've pulled some of the greenery up, around the wreath. Have y'all been seeing those? I just love that look. I love that look, and I think this type of bow would be just the thing. And the lady who contacted me, it was kind of what she wanted to do, and wanted me to show her. She couldn't figure out how to do it with just one ribbon. Do one ribbon and all the loops the exact same size. And there's more than one way you can do this, so I'm going to show you. Okay, so here's one. And how do y'all like this? Y'all can give me some hearts. Do y'all like this bow with the tail coming out of the top? Here's one with the tail coming out of the top. And I suppose when you put this into your wreath, I'm not sure yet. I haven't made up my mind if I like this or not. Y'all can tell me. When you put this bow into the wreath, and because it has all of these tails, that's why I thought to put the tails coming out of the top. You could already start, like you could pull all your loops over here, and then you could kind of start and almost create another loop. Do y'all like that? You could kind of see how that would fall, and then just start working this over into your wreath. Okay, so that's one, and so y'all, I just kind of went with it. I said, well, let me see. Prefer the tails coming out of the bottom. Alex, I haven't decided yet. I'm probably leaning that way, but anyway, I'm going to show y'all just in case. Okay. What, Dave? Oh, okay. So anyway, so there's that look, and then I thought, well, since I put one tail coming out of the top, well, here's two. So I'll show you how to do that also. So maybe you could start one coming this way, and then you could start one going that way. I'm not sure. That's all that y'all are, all the designers, but I'm just going to show you how. And we'll you know, we'll go from there, okay? But I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna do the one with the tails coming out of the bottom first, okay? So that's what we're doing, okay? Okay, here we go. Of course, I'm using the large hand, and I'm going to be doing this on row D, and I want a loopy bow. You know, I want a pretty good size bow. I'm just going to do this for demonstration reasons. If I was making a pretty good size wreath, I'd probably make it even bigger than this. Okay, did you? When you pulled your tails out first to get them out of the way. I'd like to know how you did the other night. Okay, I'll have to see. I'm gonna have to I think we've made a video on that. Okay, on that particular bow. That's a very particular kind of bow. Okay, Lisa. So I think I did a video on that one. So you might go to the website and see. I'm gonna have to go back and look for you. Okay. Hi Gwen. Hi Barbara. So anyway, here we go. So I am going to, let's see, how did I say? I'm going to do the first one with the tails in the back. Okay. There's another thing that I want to show. This is another thing that you can decide. Because, so here I'm going to start my bow. And I think, but I'm going to show you two different ways. Okay. I think because this is going to be, I would think this would be kind of pulled down into your wreath, and because they're using all the other elements around the bow with this particular kind of look, which, like I said, I love. Y'all go check it out. I've been seeing it and just love it. Oh, thank you. Sandra's telling me happy birthday. That's early because it's tomorrow. But thank you so much. Yeah, my birthday's tomorrow. Y'all, I'm going to be 69. I'm petrified. Y'all, and this time next year, I'm going to be 70. That is scary. Y'all, it's scaring me to death. But anyway, here we go. Thank you so much, Sandra. Yeah, my birthday is tomorrow. But anyway, so here we go. I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to open this up. You see how you can see the wire. You can clearly see the wire. And I think that if you make this kind of bow and you pull it into the wreath, it won't make any difference. But I'm going to show you how, if this bothers you, well, if you start with this kind of little piece, then what you can do is just then wrap it around. If you want to, if you think you need to cover your wire, then you can just pull this around and hot glue it from the back, and then your wire will be covered. So I'm going to show you both ways. If you don't care, which I kind of think it won't show. Thank y'all so much for the birthday wishes. Thank y'all so very, very much. Okay, if you don't care, and y'all, I want y'all to see this. Let me come up close because I want y'all to see what the inside of the bow looks like. I want y'all to see this clearly. Okay, I'm going to show you either way. You see how I'm going to start with a little piece, and then you can just, you see how I'm going to, when I start this bow, I'm going to start with a little piece. I'm not going to put my wire, at the end. I'm going to put it here because I'm going to give myself a little piece, because then I can wrap it around and cover the wire if you want to. This is just if you want to, okay? Personally, and you see what I can do? I can just wrap that around and hot glue it from the back, and then pull all my loops. Up, and then that is how your bow will be, okay? If you think you want to do it that way. Personally, if you're going to do this kind of bow and stick it deep into the wreath, and then pull all of the foliage and do picks and that kind of stuff, personally, I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to wrap the center, but because you see that's how it's going to look. You see that? What do y'all think? Don't you think? I personally think that that's going to be good enough. Okay? And then once you pull this into there, I don't think you'll see the wire at all. And I want y'all to see that really close, but I'm going to show you. So that's kind of what I'm telling you. If if you don't think you need to wrap, if you don't need to hide the wire, you're going to leave yourself just a little piece, of ribbon, because you want to have enough just to pull it around the back, which personally, like I said, don't need it. Yeah, Mary Ellen, I'm thinking you don't need it either. Okay, so if y'all think you don't need it, I would put my wire about right here. Okay, because what you want to do, you don't want to have this little piece just sticking up in the middle. So what you want to do, you would just put your wire like here after you've made your bow. Yes, you don't need it to reback. Yeah, I think so too. Okay, but what you're going to do, you're going to put your wire about right here after you fluffed your bow. You want just enough to kind of, so you can grab it and just pull it to the back of your bow, and then that's all you need. If for some reason that you want to wrap the wire, then start right here. Then I would start about right here with my wire. There's your little tail, and then you can wrap it around. It gives you plenty enough to wrap. So that's how I wanted to explain that, okay? So it just depends on which way you want to do it, okay? So I think that's pretty clear. I think that's pretty clear to understand that. Does everybody understand that? Understand why I'm telling y'all that? Okay, give me some, if anybody has a question about that. Did you make this bow with the pegs where they could? Yes I did. This is all I'm doing. Okay, that's all I'm doing for this. This is going to be my base finger. Of course, you always have your base finger in, and all my loops are going to be the same. Okay? Okie doke. And so that's the size of this bow. I want all my loops the same size, and you want a loopy bow for this particular kind of wreath, and you see how loopy this is. See how loopy? You can see how loopy this bow is. Y'all go look at those kind of wreaths. I just absolutely love them, and they're big loopy bows, and like I said, this is the reason why I'm doing this video, because the lady called me, and she wanted all the loops exactly the same way. So anyway, the first thing that I've covered, and there you go, I absolutely love the bow, but I've already told you how you can either cover the wire or not. Personally, I don't think you need to, but if you want to, you can leave your little piece. You can leave this much, and then you can decide after. Or if you think you just really don't need it, I would start about right here, so you have enough to just at least pull around the back. Okay? So let's get started. So here's my pinch. Y'all, this is incredibly easy. There's my piece of wire, like I always do. I'm going to start to the left. See how I'm making my loop? Here's my piece of wire. Up. And then around here. Okay, y'all. Okay, now I hope I don't confuse y'all, and I hope I can explain this well. Okay. Let me. I'm gonna hold this up here because I want y'all to really see this, because this is different. This is different than what I normally show. Okay, for what I normally show. You see where I have let this piece of wire go? I don't have it dead center of the base finger. I've let this where my piece of wire is, because the beginning of my loop is right where that wire is. So I don't want it, because I want all my loops under. Y'all, I'm being really particular here. Okay, this is really particular, because if I pull this, you see, if I pull this all the way around, here, this first loop is gonna kind of have that little bit of extra. It's only about 1/4 of an inch, but that's how particular I'm being right now. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let that kind of slide around. If I would pull this way over here, then I'm adding this much distance, extra distance to my first loop, about this much. Okay, I hope y'all understand this as I'm going. That let me just I'm just kind of telling y'all that but let's just kind of get started, and I hope y'all understand this. But anyway, to do my first loop, if I'm just doing all of the loops the same way, I just go, and I always do it around the left first. Okay, I'm just going to let this drop out of my way, and I'm going to let that kind of pull over there. This is just fine. That is just fine, okay? And then I'm going to pinch. I'm going to pinch, but I'm going to pinch from the center of the dowel, and then I'm just going to start going. Okay? So that's my pinch and my twist. And my pinch and my twist, and I'm going over each dowel. I'm going to put, how many loops did I put? Let's see. Let's do 4. I'm going to start with 4. This is another thing that I hope that I can explain clearly. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And at about this time, if there's anything that people send me pictures, and if anything that kind of throws people off, or they get upset about it or anything, that this starts to get bunchy, okay? And that's okay. It's supposed to. It's just supposed. That's just how it works, and it's perfectly fine, okay? But it's not going to happen so much on this ribbon because this is kind of a thin ribbon. But if I was using a really thick ribbon, which I might do in my next one, I'll show y'all the difference. If you keep, because I'm going to go over this 8 times. I'm going to go over I've gone over both of these dowels 4 times already. If I keep going and I keep going, this gets even more bunchy right here, and it kind of, freaks some of y'all out. And then this starts, if you're using a real thick ribbon, well, what happens is that this just gets further and further out, going around the dowel. So what happens? If this is really thick, and I'm using really thick ribbon, and I go around this 8 times, well, if you've piled something up on top of each other 8 times, well, your 8th loop is going to be a tad bit longer than your first loop, because you've wrapped it around. If you pile something up on top of it, you'll have to go around further. I think, does that make sense? I think y'all get that, right? Okay? So, and maybe whenever I was looking at these wreaths, I think I almost would kind of like that, because in these particular kind of wreaths, I don't think you're looking for absolute perfection in your loops anyway. I think just that little bit of difference will be fine. I think I would really like that. That makes sense, Dora? But, okay, yeah, that's Dora saying, yes, that makes sense. Okay, but let's see, we're going to be really particular tonight, and let's say that this is freaking you out with piling this much ribbon on one dowel, and you're really going for that perfection, and you want every one of your dowels, every one of your loops absolutely the same way. Look what I'm going to do. I am going to, and use your helping hand wire here, okay? I used my helping hand wire. I tied it off. Now watch what I'm going to do. Y'all ready? I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to move those loops out the way, put my dowel back in, and go over it. And now, y'all, look, I've started back over again on this dowel. Okay? So now I'm going to pinch and a twist, pick your dowel up, get these loops out of the way, and now you're not dealing with all that buildup, because I'm going to go around this 8 times. So if this bothers you, all this buildup, this is the way you can handle it. And you can just move the loops out of your way and then start back on the same dowel again. So how does that sound? And then you're pinching and you're twisting, and you just keep going. And you see how my stack is getting kind of big here? I can, if you want to hold all this in place. Look, I'm just going to go ahead and use my helping hand wire. And y'all, you can just, because I get messages and people say that they just can't keep their stack straight. Well, just use the helping hand wire. And if you're off a little bit either way, you can just jerk that right back in place with your wire. Okay? You see how you can with this helping hand wire, if you have made a couple loops over here and a couple loops over here, put that helping hand wire there, tighten it up, and and like I said, look, I mean, you can pull on this. See how I'm pulling on this? See there? You can just jerk that back in place right where you want it. Okay? That's, y'all, this is why this thing is wood. It's big. It's made out of wood. It has non-skid pads. I'm showing you how to use the wire. That's why it's called the hand. This is the hand instead of your hands. Y'all can, just make this thing work for you. Okay? You can do anything with this. That lady asked me the other day, how many different kind of bows can you make on this? It's your imagination. I mean, it's just as many combinations, because right now I could have put 3 ribbon together. Which with the next one I'll pull 2 ribbon. Okay? Thank you so much, Teresa. Let's see what row we're on. I'm on row D and I'm using finger 2. So anyway, so I've just tied my knot off here. And let me tell y'all another thing. Okay, you see, whenever I'm getting ready, and I do this kind of fast, like I can do this fast because I've been doing this forever. Okay, whenever I'm going to, before I go over here, kind of you're almost starting to fluff already. Okay, I'm very careful whenever I make my pinch and my twist. Okay, let's see. Here's another piece of ribbon. Okay, whenever you're making your pinch and your twist, y'all, all it is, you're coming around with your bottom edge, and it's a pinch. It's just a pinch. Let's see. I'm not going to be able to do this because I'm not used to doing this in my hand. Okay, it's just a pin. You pinch into your finger, and it's just a twist. It's a half a twist. You don't keep going. If my finger's here, I'm pinching down to my finger. I bring the bottom edge of the ribbon up. It's a half twist. That's all it is. It's a half. You don't keep going. Somebody sent me a picture again this week. For some reason, people think you need to keep going. You don't. Bring the ribbon to your finger. You pinch towards your finger, and you bring the bottom edge of the ribbon up. That's all there is to it. That's it. That's all there is. It's a little half twist. The next thing you want to do, okay, whenever you're making your pinch and your twist, make sure you and y'all, I'm doing this fast, okay? But like I said, I've done this a gazillion times. I'm making a little gather. I'm not just folding that over. I'm just not just doing it anyway, any old where. I'm just making sure I have a nice little gather. Okay, you see how that's going to end up looking like? It's going to be a little gather. Can y'all see that? It's a little gather. It's not just folded over. I didn't just do like that. Because you know why I'm being careful about that? Because whenever if this is nice and a pretty little gather to it, whenever you fluff your bow, it's going to make a prettier loop. It's going to open prettier. You'll have a prettier look within the bottom of your bow, and this will start making a prettier loop than if you just do that. Okay, if you'll just take just that moment, and y'all, once you start doing this, it just becomes second nature. Hey Susan, it just becomes second nature to you. I'm not folding over. I am making that little gather. Okay, so I'm gathering to my finger. And then just take a moment, you can just make sure you see this right here. I've already kind of opened that. Okay, you can do that at this point if you want to. Okay, and this drop it over. And if you take just, okay, finger here, bottom edge of ribbon to my finger, and you see how I made a pinch. I just wasn't sloppy. I just didn't do that. I didn't do that. My finger was here, and I made a little gather. And y'all, you can do it. You can see that it takes a nanosecond. I mean, it just takes nothing, okay? And then there's your bottoms up. There's your twist. You can put your finger here, and before you go, you see, all you have to do is just do that. And you see how that's open pretty already. So you can do that, okay? And then you just drop it over. And that's all there is to it, y'all. Okay, how many times? 1, 2, let's do it again. Okay, to my finger, there's my pretty little gather, there's my twist. And you see, you can just do, you see how I brought the top? I brought the top of my ribbon up in the bottom. I made just that little adjustment. You can do this if you want to. Your bow is going to fluff really easy. Hi, Deborah. I'm doing just fine, babe. Y'all, I must be getting better. Y'all think this is 2 lives in a week. That's incredible for me. Drop it over. There's my pinch and my twist. There's my little gather. There's my twist. There's the little pinch, my little gather, and then just bring it up. Hold my thumb there. And then you see how you can just kind of start opening that and then just drop it over. There's my pinch and my twist. I'm going to tie off my helping hand. Y'all, the helping hand just saves everything. You can just realign a bow using it. Okay? So there it is, y'all. That's all there is to that. Is that incredibly easy? That is incredibly easy. That is absolutely nothing to it. And what I've done, look how I've kept all of this in line. Well, I kind of let it slide down a little bit. And then there's my little, there we go. Let me get my little piece out the way. And you see how I can see the top and the bottom. I'm not going all over the place. You have to keep your stack straight. I always emphasize that. Keep your stack straight. That makes all the difference in bow making. Okay? Does all this make sense? Make sense to you? So that's how you do it. Now every one of these loops are going to be exactly the same. I could have just gone over and gone over and gone over. If that bothers you and this gets too bunchy for you, then you can make some loops, get them out the way, put your dowel back in, go over it and over it and over it. Yeah, I could have gone over this till how many loops I wanted. Okay? So, now, tails. Y'all, I get questions absolutely every week. How do you get a tail on the end of the bow? On the end of the bow, how do you get a tail? Y'all, you cut the ribbon. Okay. You cut the ribbon. There's your tail. And I know I tell people this all the time. And they go, and I say, well, babe, you just cut the ribbon. Because right now, this ribbon is attached to the spool holder. It's attached to my roll of ribbon. Okay? So to get a tail on the end of your bow, you cut, come on, Mevo, behave. Okay, so y'all, there it is. Your bow is attached to the spool of ribbon. So you cut the ribbon, and that will give you one tail. How do you, let's keep it, let's see, yes, I made the mistake once and had a really messed up bow. Use your helping hand. If you use your helping hand wire, you can really just pull this back together. And using that helping hand wire, it is totally a savior. It saves, okay? Okay, so if on this bow I want one tail, there it is. Cut it however long you want. Now, say I want more than one tail. I'm going to bring this around. Ta-da, y'all, that's all there is. Take this, tie it in with your helping hand wire. Just tie it in. Y'all, there's some more tails. There's more tails. If I wanted more, y'all, I could just keep it going. and just keep wiring it in, making loops, okay? Now, so here's 2 tails, and here's 3 tails, okay? So let's go ahead and be fancy, and I'm going to cut it over here, and it's going to give me 3 tails. Now, how's that, y'all? Is it, y'all, that it just doesn't get any easier than that. And I've been talking about everything else, and I kind of covered up my wire a little bit. I don't usually do that. Let's see. Trying to be all fancy here. Got my wire down there. Come on, wire. Come on out of there. What did I do? Where's the end of my wire? I don't know what I did with the end of my wire. Okay, let's pull it off the bottom. Here's the end. Where's the end? Y'all, this is, y'all, I swear this has never happened before. Somewhere, some kind of way. There it is. I don't know what I was doing. There's the end of my wire. And like I said, y'all, here's a good example. Be careful how you pull the wire off, because it'll knot it. Okay, so there it is. There's my wire. This is my helping hand wire. I'm going to get that out of my way. And then this was the wire from the top. I always pull it to my finger first, bring the bottom wire up, and wrap it around, and that's it. There's your little bow. And then you can wrap your little helping hand wire and the other wire together if you like. Pull this off, pick your bow up. There it is. It's made. Oh, let me cut this. And there's your tails. And here's your bow. Y'all look at that. All the loops are exactly the same size. They're all exactly the same. So how's that? That makes sense? That easy? Nothing to it. Okay? And all of my loops are going to come out of the bottom of the bow, because I put, all the tails, I'm sorry, all the tails are going to come out of the bottom of the bow. And let's fluff. And y'all, that's all you do, and then you just open it up. And incredibly easy. And here's your big loopy bow. All your loops, all of the exact same size, and just absolutely nothing to it. And it's perfect. All the loops are exactly the same size. Here's your tails coming out the bottom. There's 3. That was incredibly easy to add a bunch of tails. And the reason why I'm using 1.5 inch ribbon, yeah, it makes sense. Elva, you like that? It makes sense. Okay. The lady who called me asked me. She said she wanted to make the bow with 1.5 inch ribbon. And I said, well, that's what I'll use then. For this video, I'll go ahead and use it and just show you how to do it. Okay? So there you go, and that's half. Y'all, that's why I like see how I just spin that around? That's why I like to use my fluff box. Because I can spin it around. I work on one side of my bow, and then I go to the other. And then you see how I can work with both hands. I'm working with both hands here because I'm shaping my bow as I go. And that's why I just think the fluff box is absolutely crucial, because I can shape my bow as I go. And there I am with all my loops the exact same size. I can't believe I haven't done this before. And showing you a bow with all the loops the same size. Susan's still on here. Susan's going, where's Dave? Dave is right. Dave, tell Susan hello. We got a great big order from Ellis today, and he's taking care of it. He's getting the pallets out. Oh, well, thank you, Deborah. Well, that's incredibly nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi, Judy. Hi, Teresa. Teresa's saying she really loves this. Hi, Rose. Let me wave at Rose. Hi, Rose. Y'all tell somebody tell Rose, type into Rose, because I think Rose is deaf. Tell her that wave is for her. Y'all type it in, okay? I missed part. Somebody please type into Rose that she can re-watch from the beginning, okay? You like that, Christina? Oh, I saw you post that. I saw you post that earlier, that you weren't happy with your banister bows. So y'all, how is that? I mean, that's just incredibly easy. Okay? No hurting hands. And if you needed to make banister bows, boom, you got your bow recipe, and there you go. They're all exactly the same. And I think once that this is pulled into the wreath and you start adding some elements within the bow, I don't think you're going to see that wire at all. Because I think this will kind of be, like I said, once this is pulled in, I think this will be kind of a little bit more like that. And I just don't think you need anything at all. See real close? I just don't think you need anything at all to cover that wire. What do y'all think? Okay? You see how that works? I think y'all will all be happy with that. Okay? So y'all, that's it. So that's how you get the tails to come out the bottom. Like I said, I personally don't believe that you need anything. But look, y'all, there's my little piece. There's my little piece that I started, and it's in the back. You don't even see it. Okay? So that's it, y'all. That's all there is to it. Okay? Diane, you love all the tails coming out the bottom? I kind of think I will too. I really think I will too, but the next one, I'm going to make another one, and I'm going to do the tails out of the top just so y'all can see. Okay? And I'm going to pull 2 ribbon. Okay? But I personally think that's all that's going to be necessary. Y'all, you can make this on a much smaller row, and you can make package bows like this. Okay? You could do this on row A. You could do this on row F with 2-inch ribbon and make a tree topper. Just a big loopy bow. Okay? Because all of the loops are exactly the same size. And I mean, you could just keep just going and going and going. Pat's saying from the bottom is better. Probably so. I think so too. But I'm going to make another one just so we can see. Okay? But you see how, it's endless how far you could go with this. You could, like I said, you could make a big old tree topper like this out of 2-inch ribbon. All the loops exactly the same. If I was using 2-inch ribbon, if I wanted it as a tree topper, I would do it on, what row was that one? Let's see. This was on row, this is what it was on. It's row D, finger 2. And y'all, it's really not that big of a bow. Oh, I tell you what, I have a tree topper. Let me put this next to the tree topper, and then y'all can see the difference. So this is, let's see. Let me get this out of the way. I'm going to have to get a bigger table. I'm going to tell Santa Claus that's what I want for Christmas. I need a bigger table. Okay, there's the tree topper. This is a tree topper, and this is row F. And this is row D. Huge difference. Huge. Okay? So there you go. Look at the difference. Tremendous difference. Okay? Y'all, go look at all the ladies. There's a lot of them. Susan and I were been looking, and we just really like the look, and I've seen quite a few people doing it. And so y'all might give it a try. But you see how, okay, this is perfect to show you. This is a stacked bow, okay? See how your smaller loops here, and then it gets bigger, bigger, bigger. And then this is just a bow with very loopy, and all the loops exactly the same size, okay? So there you go. Let's make another one. Y'all, on the next one, I'm going to pull 2 ribbon, and I'm going to put the, tails coming out the center. Just because maybe somebody might like it that way. Who knows? We'll just give it a try and see what we decide what we like. So here's mine, and look, I'm going to pull 2 colors. So we're going to see how pretty this will be, okay? So there's the tail. And because I start with this long piece, whenever you start with the long piece, the tail will come out of the center of the bow. If you want something coming out the center of the bow, you start with it. Okay? If you want everything to come out of the bottom of the bow, the back of the bow, you end with it. So it just depends on what you want and how you want to do it. Get that under there, go under there, okay. And look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna push this up here out of my way. And then here I go. And I'm gonna do the 2. Come on, come around here. Wait, I didn't put this on here right, I don't think. Let's see. Oh, that's terrible when the bow lady gets a ribbon in a tangle. You know how I can't handle that. The thing is broken off of my ribbon, so it might not work. Okay. I'm just gonna let that go, not worry about it. So look, there you go. I'm gonna hold my thumb. I'm pulling it around, and then look, see how I'm going over that dowel? There's my pinch. There's my nice little gather. There's my little half twist, and I'm dropping it over. And y'all look, I've made 4 loops. There's my really nice little gather, and look, I'm turning it. Before I let go, I can just sit there and kind of, I don't think I've ever shown y'all that before. You can kind of start opening that if you'd like to. You can just take that little moment and start kind of opening right there, and you've started fluffing already. Okay, I'm gonna hold this here. Look, I've made the 4 loops already. And I'm gonna use my helping hand wire just because I want to. Just because I like to. It helps I could just keep going. I could just keep going and not use the helping hand wire, but I'm going to. Just to show y'all how to do it. And it's really, I would just really suggest, even whenever you're just starting, to use that helping hand wire. It's just going to keep your stack perfectly straight. Perfectly straight. And it's going to keep all of this perfectly straight, and then you're starting to fluff your bow. It's just going to be beautiful. Okay? Doesn't this look incredibly easy? Okay, and see how that looks. That's how that's supposed to look. Sherry says she always uses the helping hand wire. So I do too. Susan, you're going to go start making some bows tonight? Let's finish it. Okay. Oh. I'm going to be, look, I'm going to say, this is bothering me right now. Okay, that's bothering me. So let me get them out. Let me get those loops out of the way. And because I don't want this to get really bunched up right there. So I just got them out the way, and here we go. And I'm going to pull this around. And I can let all of that loose because it's all connected to the base dowel. And I've used my helping hand wire. Y'all, if you're going to do this and pick this dowel up, I suggest you always use your helping hand wire, because I did it today. I was playing around with this today, and I had not used my helping hand wire, and this kind of moved on me. Okay? Okie-doke. How do I store my bows? Like all my Christmas bows from my staircase and everything, every bow has its own box. And y'all, those that you've seen on my staircase and everything, y'all, those bows are at least 15 years old. At least. I don't change my mind about stuff very much. Everything matches my house. It was very hard to find everything that I have. And I'm just kind of that way. I just kind of stick with stuff, y'all. I keep saying every year I'm going to change, and then I don't. So see, there's my pretty little gather. There's my twist. Pull this around, drop it over, and now just like that, I've made a big loopy bow, and all my loops are the exact same size. Okay, there's my little helping hand wire. Love that helping hand wire. Just love it. Get that out the way. Here we go. Let's take it off the top. Jiggle. Y'all remember to jiggle. Take it off. Tie it off. Just a couple of times. That's all that's needed. Lift. Lift off. There we go. Now look at this, y'all. I just did this because I wanted to show y'all. Susan and I were talking today, and we haven't decided. Neither one of us have decided if we like the loops out of the top. But I said, well, I'm going to show you because maybe you do. Maybe y'all will. Y'all can tell me. Okay, let's get the probe out of the way. And with this, I'm just going to cut this. We're going to have just the loops, the tails on the bottom. So I have 4 tails on the bottom, 4 tails on the top. And now look at this. I've made a big old loopy bow, and I pulled 2 ribbon. I could make one. I could pull 3. I could pull 4. I mean, there's just no end to what I could decide to do. And then I would just have a big loopy bow. But I wanted to show y'all. I really wanted to show y'all that how to take that dowel out. If that bothers you, if you really want tons and tons of loops on the same dowel, make a few and then pick it up and move the dowel. Move the dowel, move your loops out of the way, and then just start right back over on top of the same dowel. Okay? Y'all look at that. So here's the tail coming out of the center. I don't know if you like it or not. You could kind of weave this over into the wreath. I'm not sure on that, whether I like that, but y'all, it's incredibly easy. Okay? And just, oh really, he likes my voice, my horrible voice. Oh goodness. That's funny. I have a terrible voice. I'm so hoarse. I'm always so hoarse. I didn't used to be this way, y'all. I had a slight heart attack in my 50s. I had a stress-induced, very slight heart attack, and it affected my vocal cords. And I have sounded like this ever since. This is the fallout. This is the fallout, and it's like, oh well, it's just what it is. So, and I'm fine. So. So how's that, y'all? Look at that, using 2 colors. And I could have used 3. You know, it'd just be a gray tree topper. There you have the loops coming out the center. You know, with that type of wreath, I just thought that I'd show you. Maybe you might like that. I'm not sure. You know? Oh, thank you, Catherine. That is very sweet. Y'all, have y'all heard? Do y'all watch LSU? Dave, what is the coach of LSU's name? Oh, he can't remember it either. His last name is Ogeron. Y'all, he's from down the bayou. Okay, he's from not too far from where I live, but from where he's from, that's called down the bayou. Y'all listen? Y'all, you gotta watch one of LSU's games just to hear him talk. That is a true Southern. That is the deep Southern Cajun. You can hardly understand anything he says. I just love it. I could listen to him talk all day. But anyway, y'all, there it is. So I just wanted to show y'all this. Like I said, I had a lady. The reason for this, you see how you could kind of pull this over here? If this was coming out the center and you had placed this into your wreath, and these kind of bows, some of them are like about the tails, all the tails that are coming out all over the place. So if you had this coming out the center, you could start these two kind of coming out over here, and maybe it would give some interest. I don't know. I'm not sure about this yet, so y'all have to decide. Okay? Marissa, you like that? Yep. Y'all, Susan and I were talking about it. At any point, Sandra said you'll be seeing this on wreaths now. Y'all, at any point, you can have tails coming out this bow. All you have to do is tie it off. Start with you know, whenever you come around your center, whenever you come, let's see. Let's just say, okay, I started this and I have these two tails. I have the two tails coming directly out the center. And I have those because I started with a tail. And let's say that I've gone around. So I have my piece and I started with the tail, and I'm pulling two ribbon, and I went around this. I pulled two ribbon around this dowel and then two ribbon around this dowel. And then I could put my helping hand wire right here, tie it off. I could cut this. I could cut it off. I could cut it off about like right here. I could cut my ribbon. Then I could start with a tail, with a long tail, and just tie it off with my helping hand wire here. Start again. Y'all, I could have tails coming out at every level of that bow. Okay? Brenda, call the number. Can you do a bow like that with multiple tails throughout the bow? Yes, I'm sitting here talking about it. I guess I just didn't do it, right? Let's give that a shot. Okay? Again, and another thing that I wanted to talk about. Like I said, I personally don't think that you're going to need to cover up the mechanism, especially with this coming through. So I think it's just going to be fine. But if for some reason, if you wanted this bow like with some tails pulled more that way and this way, and for some reason you want to see the center, then you could start with that little longer piece and you could wrap your center. That's just, you know, like I said, there's lots of different ways to do this. Okay? If you curl the bow, it would look great. If I curl the bow, you mean the tails? Well, with this, I think you would pull this over. You know, this was about the long tails that kind of go all over in the wreath. Y'all will have to look at that. Okay, let's make one more. Let's make one more, and I'll do it, and we'll put more tails throughout the wreath. So y'all like that? All the. Can't believe I didn't think to show y'all before now. Okay, so that's that. Let's do one more. Let's see. Hope I have enough ribbon. I think I do. Okay, we're going to start with the tail. So there it is. We're going to start with the tail. Y'all, if you start with the tail, then you will have the, if you start with a long piece, it's going to come out of the top. It will come out of the center. Just keep that in mind. If that's the look you want, then you start with the tail, and it's going to come out the center of your bow. Okay, so let's put this around here. So y'all, go and get you, y'all, this is Sam's ribbon. Get you some Sam's ribbon, Costco, whatever. It's only $6 for 50 yards. Y'all, get out your pro bows and play. Just try stuff. You know, just don't be afraid. Just, you know what I do? I make something, I don't like it. Y'all, I don't throw the ribbon away. I cut the wire, smooth my ribbon out, and try something else. Okay? Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to do one more time, and then I'm going to put another, and then I'll put another tail. I tell you what, I'm going to, if we're going to go for it, let's go for it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a tail every time I come around. How about that? Let's just see what it looks like. You see, I'm telling y'all to play and just try stuff. I haven't tried this before, so let's just try it. Okay, let's just see what we end up with. See if we like it. Okay, so there we go. And I'm going to cut this. I've tied this off, and I've got 4 loops. Okay, see how I have 4 loops? Because I'm pulling 2 ribbon, and there's my tail. Let's add some more tails, and we're going to see what this looks like whenever we open it. And you see how I can just tie it in? Y'all, if you go on my website and look at the Regina bow, I have 13 different pieces of ribbon in there, in that bow. 13 different pieces. That's how you use up all your scraps. Okay? What do you do with all of that ribbon that you just have little pieces left on the roll? You make a Regina bow. Let me show it to you. Let me show you. I don't know if y'all have all seen it. Look at this. And I especially love it. I especially love it for Halloween. Y'all, that is 13 different pieces of ribbon, and it was all the little scraps. I think the longest piece, if I remember right, I think, don't hold me to this, it could look like the terry bow with tails throughout. That's exactly right, Diane. You could cut them just short. You don't have to have them real long. But you could have big loops, and then just have little pieces sticking up all over the place. But anyway, this is, y'all, there's a video on this. Go to the website. Y'all, my videos are always, all my videos are always on my website. I get people calling me every day, where do I find this? Y'all, they're on the website. Okay? All the videos are there. Now, my lives are always on the Facebook page. Okay? Okay, so anyway, you see this little centerpiece? That's only 15 inches. I remember that one. That is only 15 inches. And I think the rest of it, this was all done with scraps. So, like I said, I think the longest piece was maybe 22 inches. And because I used this piece of green twice, and I think that's probably the longest piece in there. But because, you see how I cut that, and now I'm adding a new piece here? Because you're using the Pro Bow, you're using the helping hand, you can tie a new piece in at any point. Okay? And you can just do anything you want and use up all your scraps. So that's that. So here we go. Let's see. I put a tail. I'm going over it. And over it. There's my pretty little pinch. There's my nice little twist. And you see how I just took that moment up, down. I kind of set that. That's going to open really pretty right from the base of the bow. Okay? You see how I did that? See how I did it? See how I already started this? I put that little piece down and this little piece up. I did that. And you see, it only took me a moment. It took just a moment to do that. Okay? But I'm already setting up that little loop is just going to open beautifully. Okay? So, did I go over that twice? Yes, I did. Let's cut it. Let's cut it and see what we get. Let's see, I'm thinking, will this work? Will this work? Let's cut it. We're going to find out. Okay. You know what? Let's see. Y'all, I'm playing here. You see, y'all learning this. Y'all going to find out this is kind of stuff I do during the day. I've got these two tails going off of this way. So look, I'm going to change course because I want these tails to come off this way. So I'm going to tie it in this way. See how I just tied that in? I tied my tail over that way. And I don't want to go over this again. Let's just say it's kind of freaking me out. This is getting bunchy looking. And let's just say I don't like that. So look what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick it up, move it, move my loops, and go over it again. How's that? Here's my pretty little pinch. Here's my little twist. I'm going to just get all of this up here nice and neat. I'm going to pick this up, move my loops out the way. How incredibly simple was that? And go over it. Here's my pretty little pinch and twist. Tie it off with a helping hand. And cut it. What do y'all think of that? Okay, one more time, y'all. One more time. Here's the next tail. We're putting a tail, y'all. We're putting a tail from inside of this bow at every level. Every level, we're putting a tail. And I don't know what we're going to have, but we're going to find out when we open it, okay? But y'all, isn't that easy? And look, and you know, look what we've done. We're just sitting here playing, and we're just going to find out what we have at the end. And I think it's going to be good. If y'all have seen this wreath, I'm dying to see with Susan. I don't know if Susan's still here. Problem, struggle, tie. Let's get this out of the way because I'm just going to go over the top of that. And I'm going to pinch and twist, and there's my helping hand wire right there. I kept my eye on it. So we just got tails going all over the place in this thing. But we'll see. I don't know if Susan's still here because she and I, y'all, I can go ahead and look, I can cut it again. There's some more. Y'all, this thing's going to look like an octopus, okay? Look at the tails. Look at the tails coming out of this thing. And they're coming out at different, on each row, they're coming out at a different level in the bow. And we're going to see that as we fluff, okay? And that's it. Look at that. Oh, look at this. Okay? Is that fantastic? Do y'all like that? There's Susan. Susan, what do you think? I did it. Look, we have tails everywhere. We talked about this today. Let's fluff it and see how it looks. Susan and I talked about this kind of wreath a couple of times today. And well, I'm going to have to make a wreath. I'm going to have to make one and show you what Susan is just in love with it, with all these tails that come out and just feed all over in the wreath. I'm gonna have to find one and post it. Okay, So here's the beginning of the bow. Look, I've opened. There's my 4 loops, and you see, I probably would have cut this longer if I was really making this for that particular wreath. I would have cut this longer, and then I would have fed this over into my wreath. I'm coming here, and then this is coming out. Let's see. Let's go ahead and open these loops here. Where's my other set of loops? Oh, let's see. That comes here. And this would come out here. And look, you could sit here and feed this out over toward this way. And then here's your center loop. Here was the center here. And then there's your loop in the middle. I don't know, Susan. We're going to have to see about this. This is a lot. This is a lot of loops and a lot of tails, but I think if y'all would see the wreath, you see this would come out like this and like this, and wait, let's change them up. This needs to come out this way, because here's the tail. You see, this would come out this way and this would come out this way and this. Y'all, you'd have to kind of see the wreath. Once you see the kind of wreath this is for all these tails, I think y'all would get a better idea. Susan's going to have to make one. Susan makes gorgeous wreaths. Okay. You like that? Thank you for showing us how to better play with your Pro Bow. Y'all, I've been playing with this all the time. Curl the tails, and curl is coming out everywhere. Yes, you could. Let's curl some. Let's curl some. Let's go ahead. You could do that. Okay? It's just going to depend on what you want to do with it. Okay? You have a curl there. You could cut this a lot. You could cut this just much shorter. It just, like I said, y'all, get out your Pro Bows. Susan and I have been talking about this. We talked about it a bunch of times today. And it's just, you know, just for a different look. You see, you could put this out over here. And then this one out over here. And then maybe these just feeding, this probably feeding over here. If this was longer, I could feed this over here and then maybe put a curl here. I could attach that in the wreath itself. I could have this here kind of attached up on some greenery in the wreath. I think it's pretty cool. What do y'all think? Y'all think this is cool? Okay, and then here's your center ones. I don't know, the more I play with it, I think the better I like it. And let's curl this up. You could cut them shorter. It just depends on the look you want. You see, you could have this kind of curled and kind of sitting over here in your wreath. Okay? Different look. That would look nice on a garland. You think so? Y'all, it's just a different look, and I just wanted to show y'all the possibilities of the different things that you can do if you're just, I think I really would like that in a garland. I think this would be a great bow in a garland. All the loops the same size, and then you have all of these pieces. I think I like that. I think I would really. You think I'm a genius? Oh, no. Has Jim joined us? Hi, Jim. So anyway, you know, I just played and played today, and I just wanted to show y'all. I think I like that idea of maybe putting that. I'm liking how this is looking, curling, and I could just see this sitting in on a banister or in a mantelpiece or something. Let me curl these up and see how we like it. Put this way. But see how easy it was to do? I mean, y'all, this was just incredibly easy to make. And then you could kind of pull this around either in your wreath or, like I said, in your banister. Just whatever. Y'all know I love foo-foo. Just any way that you can add a little extra. Okay, let's go ahead and curl this up too. While we're at it, we just as well. But y'all, when you're using, because you're using the Pro Bow and you're using the helping hand, you see how you can just add. You can add anything at any time you want. You can just add anything into your bow at any time because you're using that helping hand and you want a different piece and another piece of ribbon, just add it on. You saw how I cut at every level I cut? You can add anything that you want on into it. I would probably cut this one a little shorter. Let me go ahead and cut that. Let me cut this a little shorter. And let this kind of sit up here in the top. And I'll kind of go over. Okay? So, just some ideas, y'all. Just, like I said, Susan and I have been looking and talking, and I said, oh, I have some ideas. Let me go play with my Pro Bow. And like I said, this was for very specific. And you see, like this one coming out over here, you could pull this out. You could attach this. That's just giving another loop, some dimension over those curls. I think the possibilities are endless. You could attach this here. Of course, you would open it. You wouldn't pull it like that. You would kind of do like this. You would kind of do like this, maybe attach this here and then curl this off over in this direction. So it's just, possibilities endless. And it's just what you want to try. So what do y'all think of that? Just a totally different kind of bow. What do y'all think? So that's it for tonight, y'all. This is just, like I said, this is just a different look. Oh, I know. I want to show y'all something else. I have one more thing I'm going to do. I had another lady. So y'all like this? Y'all think y'all would use this? Start playing with this? You love it, Catherine? It's just, Sandra's loving it. Oh, thank you, Pat. Thank you so much. So y'all like that? Just another way. And I bet Susan's going to be making a wreath tomorrow. I know she stays up late. She'll probably make one tonight and make a wreath to show us tomorrow. So anyway, this is this look. Okay, I had a lady call me. I had two ladies that I really talked to a lot this week. I have a lady who needs to make, and look, I even put the ribbon over here. I thought, well, if we had enough time, let's see. Oh, here it is. I already put it here. I have a lady who called me, and she was really kind of stressing out. Y'all, you see all that glitter I've been using, and my Pro Bow's moving around. I cannot stand that. I cannot stand my bow maker moving around on me. So y'all see how I clean my table, huh? That goes on the floor. That glitter goes on the floor. Y'all don't forget, if your Pro Bow starts moving on you, y'all, it's Christmas. We're all using glittered ribbon, okay? Take a piece of tape. Y'all always keep my little tape dispenser. Pull out a piece of tape and tap. All you do is tap. Please don't ever take a scissors or a knife and try to scrape it off. It embeds the glitter in the non-skin pads and it ruins them. Okay, so please don't ever do that. Just look, how incredibly easy was that? Just tap it off. Glitter gone. Look, that's it. Don't move. Table shakes, but bow maker doesn't move. Okay, so there you go. All right, I have a lady. Let me think now. I have a lady who needs to make a wreath for a wedding, and her wreath is it's going to go on a 30 inch, on a 30. Let's see, I'm on D. It's going to go on a 30 inch wreath, and she's trying to get me to help her and trying to decide how big to make this bow. So and the bride only wants to use 2 ribbon, okay? And she didn't want a round bow. She didn't want her bow round at all. And I said, well, this is kind of what I came up with. This is what I thought of. Didn't make one, but let's try one now. I'm just gonna, and at the moment I can't remember the lady's name. I'm gonna get it whenever I get home, because I'm gonna tell her, go watch the live, because I made one for you and gave you an idea. Okay, I'm gonna pinch, and because she's using a 1.5 inch ribbon and a 1.5 inch ribbon. Oh wait, I'm gonna do this different, because I just remembered she told me she wanted a ton of tails. Just remembered that. So guess what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use my center dowel, because she did tell me she wanted a lot of tails. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna give her a tail right here. Long tail right here. And whenever I do this, if I'm doing a center loop, and I'm going to, and I want long tails, y'all, how simple is that? You just put it around and then wrap this wire. Get this out of your way here. This is attaching your ribbon to the spool hole, to the bow maker. And so this is gonna give us a start, and you're gonna have long tails coming right out the center. Okay? So that's gonna be some long tails right out of the center. And now I'm gonna start with another tail, another long tail. I'm gonna give her another one. Okay? So we're gonna have 3 right out of the center. Okay, look, now I'm gonna cut. Let's see. Nope, I did this wrong. I'm gonna do this. I did that wrong. Sorry, this is my helping hand. This should be the helping hand. I'm attached with my helping hand. Y'all, I haven't made this before. I'm making this up as I go, you know. This is just something I thought of today. I've been playing with the Pro Bow all day long. So this attaches with the helping hand here. Let's see, when you do. I don't know why I'm trying to get that so straight. It doesn't have to be. Okay, let's tie this off. Let's just tie that off. Okay. Look, I'm gonna give her another tail there, and let's just go. Let's give her some nice loops right in the center of her bow, because she said that's what the bride wanted. She wanted the 1.5 inch ribbon in the center, but she doesn't want a round bow. But at the same time, it needs to be big. So let's see what we're going to end up with. I'm going to do two. So I have 1. I'm going to do 2. I'm going to the next finger. I'm going to do 3. I'm going to do 3 here. So there's my pinch and twist. Drop it over. Come on. There's my nice little pinch. You see how I kind of just took that moment just to kind of set that? I just set that so that whenever, see my nice little gather, put my thumb there, and see how I kind of did that? I already made that. Whenever I start fluffing, that is just gonna start, because I took just that second to kind of set this. See how I did that? That is gonna make that start opening really nice from the very beginning. See? Okay. And then just for some longer ones, I'm gonna come to this next one. Come to the next one. We're gonna see what we end up with. Y'all, this is just something I just kind of had in my mind, and I talked over with the lady. And this is just the center. This is going to be the center of the bow for this wreath. And I'm trying it. This is on row D, because now I'm going to hop right on over to row E. I'm sorry, D. Yep. I'm going to go, and look, this is going to be some more long tails. She wanted lots and lots of long tails on her bow. So now let's go to row E with a 2-inch ribbon and see what we come up with. And I'm gonna start with give her a long tail. It's good to know you still play with it. Oh, I play with it all the time. Just all the time. Now, this has been 10 years. And, you know, styles change. I mean, I would have never dreamed, ever have dreamed to be making these stacked bows like this. I would have, oh, I said I wanted E. Yeah, I want to pop this up to the next row. I would have never dreamed these styles. Whenever I just did the pro bow, the only thing we were doing, it was the, you know, the basic, like, I guess what we called it, the round bow. You know, your basic 3 ribbon. I would have never dreamed at the time. There's no telling what we'll end up with. And y'all, we've gone from what's really popular right now is kind of what this is going to end up being. Let me see if I give you a good example. Okay, let me show you, because I have two right here. Hold on, because I'm going to show you so y'all know what I'm talking about. I mean, who would have ever dreamed of the terry bow? Okay, round bow, that's your basic round bow. 10 years ago, that was the hottest thing going. And that is your basic round bow. That's the only thing anybody was doing. And now look what we've gone to. Then we went to the terry bow, and then now everybody's loving all these stacked bows with long tails. So there you go. So now there's no telling, you know, the styles change, and there's just no telling, you know, and you just adapt to it. And you can, okay? So, so that's, you know, that's kind of the revolution, the evolution of the bows in the 10 years of what's popular. Let's see, I think I am going to do at least 3. I'm going to do at least 3 loops. And you see how y'all, you see how this is one, and I tell y'all all the time that this tends to want to ride up. Whenever you just keep stacking and stacking and stacking. So what am I going to do? Look what I just did. See how I'm controlling this stack? See how I just pull this back down? And I can do it because I have my little helping hand wire there. What did that take? A second. That's all that took. And you see how much ribbon that I've added onto this? Look how incredibly neat. You just keep it just incredibly neat. Okay? And that's just going to open perfectly. Okay? Let's see. A little confused is add to E. Okay, y'all, someone please tell Rose that I want my 2-inch ribbon to be just much bigger. It's just kind of a different looking kind of bow. We're going to see what it looks like, but I want this is what the bride wanted. So she wanted that center to it, and then she wanted, with her 2-inch ribbon, she just wanted it bigger. Okay? And I'm going to cut this here, because like I said, the bride wanted lots of tails. So let's see if we're going to give this bride what she wants. So I have that long tail there, and let's make some loops. And y'all, the reason why I chose this ribbon is because I didn't have, both of the bride's ribbon was rose gold. And I didn't have any rose gold, and I said, well, I'll just do gold on gold. I said, maybe it'll give her a real good idea. And you see how that's wanting to pull up there? I am going to control that with my Oh, this ribbon is not rolled up very well on that spool. It's coming off the spool all messed up. It's all curled. Let me kind of straighten that up as we go. Pinching my twist, and I'm going to use my helping hand wire to pull this back down into place, keep it where I want it. Okay. Oh, this ribbon is all rolled up, coming off the spool. It doesn't matter. It'll be okay. Let's just keep going, because this is going to be the 2 wreaths that are on the door. Y'all know how that is when they close the door. Everybody goes in, and then they close the door, and then the music starts and the bride walks in. So this is going to be 2 wreaths that are on the door. And all it is 2 wreaths, lots and lots of lights with a great big bow. That's all it is. I'm going to do this one more time. I just soon use the whole spool. Why not? I don't know. I've lost count of how many times. I'm going to do it one more. Because it's a 30 inch. It's a 30-inch wreath that she's using. Oh, look, I've used the whole thing, y'all. Why not? When you're playing, it's okay. And this was not expensive ribbon, so it'll be just okay. Y'all, what are we going to have here? Huh? What are we going to have when I open this? What are we going to have? Oh, thank you, Debbie. Thank you so much. So anyway, there's the end. Okay, so that was my helping hand wire. Look how I used my helping hand wire the whole time. Look how I have kept all of this ribbon incredibly neat. And you can, because you are using that helping hand wire, and it's just, that is just going to be, and you just keep it incredibly neat. And y'all have seen how I used it all through this stack. Keeping that stack straight is the important thing, okay? Oh, thank you, Janet. Peaceful and relaxing. Oh, that is incredibly nice. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to take this off. And I got my helping hand wire out of the way. Tighten that up. That's all there is to that. And y'all, before I take this off, whenever I make this kind of bows with all the tails, y'all, I find it easier. I could do it on the fluff box, but I'm going to go ahead and just, while we're sitting here, kind of just talking. Anybody have any questions? I'm going to go ahead and roll some of these up now with it sitting on the board. Okay, see how fast that goes? I always roll these up before I take it off the board. It's just kind of how I do it. I just find it a little easier. This is a lot of ribbon to control, so just control it while it's just still attached to the board. Let's see. Come on, Regina, pay attention. I can't roll and read at the same time. Okay, where's the next one? Okay, you see how you just grab it and pull it to you. See how easy that is just to roll up? And these are going to kind of be longer, and then these are going to stack on top. Now let me come get this. Where's my next one? Here we go. And see how they'll just roll right out the top. And just kind of roll that up, and then this is going to just fall gently on this. Give it just a little roll here. And then here's the two. What y'all think? Aloha, what size is the fluff box, please, and what's the largest bow you can fluff on them? My fluff box is 12 by 12. If you want to make yourself one, it doesn't matter what size you make it, just long as it's heavy enough to hold your bow in place. I mean, if you think you're going to be making great big bows all the time, you might want to make a bigger fluff box. Okay, y'all see how that I've already kind of set my tails? You see how my tails are set? I already kind of did that with the bow still on the bow maker. Okay. I have this in here tight. Lift it off. And y'all look at the bow. And you see how, you're going to see from the side. Whenever you do this, look at the dimension that you have on this. And you see how your loops just come out beautifully out of your bow. Okay? Look at the dimension that you're going to have there. I love this, that you have all of this stacked dimension with it coming out. It's not just, sometimes I just don't want the bow with everything coming out behind it. So that's why I love making these this way. Because it makes a difference how you make it where the, as y'all seen, where the tails come out. Makes all the difference in the world. And how you can make your tails come out of the bow where you want it to be. Okay, let's get this out the way. Y'all, we're going to fluff this baby and see what it looks like. Y'all, like I said, I kind of made this up in my head today. Talking to the lady. If we like this, y'all going to have to tell me. If we like this, I'm going to call her and tell her to make sure to watch the video. And like I said, she didn't want a round bow. She wanted it, you know, more a dimension. You know, side to side rather than round all the way around and with lots of tails. So, and this ribbon was I'm trying to straighten it out. It was kind of really crinkled on the roll. It was rolled up on the roll. It wasn't on there smooth, so it's taking me a little extra time to smooth this out. I don't want to show her the bow with that all messed up, so I'm trying to do that. And she said this was what she thought her bride wanted. And that she just had 2 ribbon, rose gold, 1.5 inch. Oh, I think I'm going to like this. A 1.5 inch and a 2.5 inch with lots of tails. Y'all see how I can shape my bow? I can shape my bow. I'm using both hands equally. I can shape my bow because I'm using the fluff box, and y'all, that is just the key. Y'all, can you imagine how if I was trying to fluff this in the air, what this would be like? Would be a nightmare. Oh, I think I'm just going to love this. Y'all, there's half. And look at all those pretty tails coming. Look at all the pretty tails coming down. And that's half. Okay, and you see all the pretty tails? Oh, I think it's just going to be, I think it's going to be, I think she's going to be happy with it. I think it's going to be just what she wants. Okay. Let's see, did my wire come undone? Let's see. No, it didn't. It's still holding. Okay. Seems a little loose there. Let's see. Do y'all think this looks like if y'all can imagine this in 2 rose golds? I mean, that's all it is. She said, and I don't remember if she told me if her ribbon was sheer or not. I don't think I asked her that. But anyway, she said that both of the ribbon were rose gold. That was the color that that was the bride's colors, and that she could only use the 2, and that she didn't want a round. She had made her just the basic round, and the bride wasn't happy with it. So I think, I don't know, I think this kind of has a wedding look to it. Let me get through foo-foo and I'm almost done. If this had been nice on the roll, it wouldn't take me so long to be straightening it out. But on a 30-inch wreath, and that's all it is. It's just a 30-inch green wreath, and she wants a bow on it, and that's all. And I think this might just do the trick. There. Now, if y'all can picture this, we'll have to pull the tails. Once, if it was on the wreath, of course, the tails would be pulled down a little longer, and this kind of shaped around. But that's basically what it would look like. I think that's very wedding looking. What do y'all think of that? And I think that would be a good size. What am I calling this bow? A big, pretty bow. This is awesome. I'd never guessed this was your first time. Y'all like this? Yeah, just because thinking about it. I was just thinking about, okay, should I talk to her on the phone? I just talked to her on the phone. I was just thinking about it. Okay? And I was like, well, let me try this. Let's try this. Awesome wedding wreath. That's what I thought too. Like I said, y'all, I just sat there and just thought about it. I just thought about it. Like I said, well, let's, I tell y'all to play. I tell y'all to play all the time. And I was like, okay, let's play. So, there you go. There you go. So, I'm going to show this to her. And like I said, there's all the pretty tails hanging down. That, once she puts it on her wreath, she'll have all these beautiful tails hanging down. And I wanted y'all to see that, and look, you can look from the side. You see from the side how you can see, I hope y'all can see it, that all of these tails are not coming out from the back of the bow. They're coming out in the levels of the bow also. And I like that. I like that a lot. Okay? I particularly like that. So anyway, that was just some different stuff. So just, some different stuff. Like I said, I thought we were just thinking about this today. And that's just, let me take it off and let me hold it up and see what y'all think. Hold it. And I think just sitting this, once this gets on the wreath, I think it's just going to be beautiful. So there's the big bow, and then there's all the tails. She could even add more tails if she wanted to. Okay? And that's all, and that's what she wanted. 1.5, 2.5. And 2 colors the same. So I think that'll be a good example to give her. But y'all, that's what I'm saying. Just get out your pro bow, think of some stuff, and just, like I said, I just thought of this. I just thought of it. And I thought, well, let's see how this looks. And then you just get you some expensive ribbon and try some things. The wedding bow. I think it is too. I think it's beautiful. I like it. I really like it. I think I thought up some good stuff today, y'all. I think I thought of some good stuff. What do y'all think? So, that's it, y'all. Think of some stuff like I did. I just thought of it, and you just kind of picture it in your head and give it a try. Buy you some very inexpensive ribbon and just try stuff. I mean, look at the Terry bow. That's how the Terry bow came about. Terry Marshall was playing in her shop one day, and she just started playing, and boom, there it is. It's the Terry bow. So there you go. So that's how that works. So that's it, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Let's see. Let me turn the camera. I don't know how to do this. I kind of feel funny telling y'all good. And let's see. Turn it up. Look, I'm talking to myself. There, I did it. There we go. So there we go, y'all. There's a bow. Thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. Get out your pro bows and play. And this is some examples. So just, like I said, I just kind of thought it up today. And I said, well, let's give it a try. So I just showed y'all, like what I tell y'all to do. Just kind of think up some stuff and just get some stuff to try. You don't know what you're going to end up with. But you saw how incredibly easy that was to do. So anyway, there we go. We're going to call it the wedding bow. And I love it. So that's it, y'all. So look, we've made that one. And let's see. We made this one with all the curls. And I just wanted to show you how this looks, you know, with all the loops the same size. I love the look of this. We're going to have to control these loops a little bit, but I think that's going to work out really good, and I'm really happy with how that came out. So that's it. So that's it for tonight, y'all. Get out your pro bows and play. Thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. And Dave's standing by the door already. He's ready to go. So that's it. Good night. And I will see y'all next time. Well, let's see what else we can dream up. Okay? I think it was a good night. I think the ideas all kind of came out. Everything kind of came together. So that's a good thing. That makes me happy. So good night, everybody. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.